father has never had the option to fight any of this, ever. So I don't understand why you're bringing men into this. If a man has a baby, there's a consequence to his action. Women do not have consequences to their action other than the 9 months of pregnancy, which is a lot. But these women are fighting for abortion, so they don't even have that in their court to argue with.
Subscribe to this channel. In case you are watching this channel and you have not subscribed.
No more writing our representatives, no more marching in the streets. We stop them where it counts in their fucking bank accounts. Come on.
We need more women's rights.
Come on, we ball.
Into our America.
That so-called fetus is not a
Which is a stage in human development.
On your nose, dog.
It is not alive.
They're not able to have sex.
They are unable to not have sex.
That was the best part of this whole interview. That's so funny. How'd you navigate that?
I don't know. I'm answering these questions. I'm coming with my opinions as you ask them. I don't know. Jesus loved abortions. Jesus loved whores. Jesus loved virgins. Jesus loved everybody.
And we need to keep abortion safe in America because my choice.
Was protesting always like this, to where just a bunch of people who have no idea what the hell they're even fighting for came to a group of people and started fighting for something that they don't know what the fuck they're fighting for? The fact that she literally said that she doesn't know, she just forming her opinion as she asks questions, should show a lot on why in the fuck you shouldn't be fighting for something if you don't even know the ins and outs, or even ever you even thought about it in every aspect that you possibly could.
The child is my dog. I don't need a baby for a family. This is my family.
Do you not want to talk to me because I'm pro-life?
Yeah.
That's it?
Is this a pro-life interview, by the way? Are you guys pro-life? I'm gonna go. I'm so sorry. This is a waste of my time.
Have a good
Why,
one.
bro? Like, why do people nowadays feel like you need to just shut people out that don't agree with you? Have that conversation. Listen and learn and debate. Like, why are people so scared of confrontation now? Is it because I think social media has a lot to do with that, because people are so used to, well, if someone out argues me, then I can just pretend like I never seen the reply, which I cannot stand. That's what I deal with almost every single day. Someone comments on one of my videos talking shit about my opinion. I stand up for what I'm saying. I give counter arguments to what they're upset about. And nine times out of 10, I would say, they don't reply because they have nothing to fucking say. And they don't delete their comment. They don't say sorry. They don't say, well, my fault, I was wrong. Or they don't do none of that. You just have to be such a fake, unaccountable person to do something like that. I just couldn't do it.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Anna, and we're here in Washington, D.C. to ask people why they're at the Bands Off Our Bodies rally today.
We should fucking be out here. We're fucking women. We have order. Like, if I need an abortion and these bitches aren't the reason I can get one, then we have to fucking say something.
It's all white Republican men that are trying to make the laws for our bodies, and it's so stupid because we should be the ones to say what our bodies can do and cannot.
Name 3 people in Congress. Name 3 political officials, period.
Do.
But didn't a male-dominated court decide Roe v. Wade?
Yes.
So how do you feel about that?
Horrible. That's bullshit because we're women. They're not the ones with the uteruses. They're not the ones with the vaginas. They're not the ones that have to go through the shit that we have to.
But they decided Roe v. Wade. That's what I'm saying. A male-dominated court decided Roe v. Wade.
Oh, I thought Roe v. Wade was against abortion. That's the only time I've ever even heard about that. I didn't even know Roe v. Wade was for abortion. To be fair, I didn't either, but I'm not out at a protest protesting Roe v. Wade.
They're trying to take it away.
But it's a more diverse court now. So how do you guys feel about that? Going back to the
I would love to see
disability argument. So if somebody does conceive and they have disabilities, you would think they are more likely, or you would encourage them to have an abortion?
Well, they should have the option if genetic testing of the embryos suggests that it's going to be positive, it's going to have fatal abnormalities or be incredible, basically if it's not going to be viable outside the womb, abortion should be an option that's available to families.
Do you think that could be a form of discrimination, though? Because there are types of abortions where people can go into an abortion facility and say, it's a girl, I want it to be a boy, I want an abortion. And then same thing with if they find out if their child has a disability, they could go in and say, I don't want a child with a disability.
I advocated very hard for people not to come to Washington, D.C. and get fucking ignored by our government. I'm sorry if this is like,
No, yeah,
you know what? We need to organize in a way that happens in our own communities. General strike. All women stop going to work. We organize in our own streets. We stop commerce until they fucking listen to us. No more writing our representatives. No more marching in the streets. We stop them where it counts in their fucking bank accounts.
Is that what these women fought for this whole time? They've been fighting to work so they can go on strike and fuck over the people who let them work? Or what the fuck?
Fuck them all.
Thank you so much.
Come on, we ball.
Have a good one.
About all of this. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to
No.
like
You go, girl.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Regulate your dick. I don't understand how pro-abortion people can say anything about men and them not wrapping it up, not keeping it in their pants, not doing anything. I don't understand how if you're pro-abortion, you can say anything about a man. You are now fighting to combat a deadbeat dad, which I guess is fair, but the father has never had the option to fight any of this, ever. So I don't understand why you're bringing men into this. A man is either stuck with a kid to where he has to pay child support, or he has to watch his baby that he's always wanted to be terminated. And then I know there's going to be someone commented talking about, well, men can leave, women can't. No, women can leave. Women can have an abortion. If they can't have an abortion, they can give it up for adoption. And if they give it up to adoption or they have an abortion, there's no consequence to it. If a man has a baby, there's a consequence to his action. Women do not have consequences to their action other than the 9 months of pregnancy, which is a lot. But these women are fighting for abortion, so they don't even have that in their court to argue with.
Life begins at birth, you say?
I guess so. I guess that's my opinion, yeah. Would you say the same thing?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So you think like if I were to be pregnant right now and it's my due date, would you say that my child isn't alive yet, but then like once it's born, that's when it becomes alive? I don't know, I guess not. Maybe I'm changing my mind.
Oh, damn.
So that's a tricky question because like I think about like siblings and everything, and like I know like newborns aren't sustainable, but are newborns not worthy of life? Are they not worthy to be protected at that point?
Well, that comes back to the child abuse question. They're able to sustain life if they're supported by adults.
Mm-hmm. Which would be the same with NICU though, right?
Yes, same.
How'd you navigate that?
I don't know. I'm answering these questions. I'm coming with my opinions as you ask them. I don't know.
That's my main problem with abortion. And don't get offended by this because I'm not that educated either, but I feel like I'm honestly more educated than most people here that are fighting for abortion. And I've only watched a few videos on abortion. Like I said, I'm not educated, but neither are these people. And I just don't understand how you can fight for something so extreme and then not know all the ins and outs about it. Not all, but not know most of the ins and outs about it. I feel like most people nowadays aren't educated on what happens during abortion, what is taking place during an abortion, what is inside of them while they're having an abortion. And I feel like they're encouraged and influenced by older people or their friends or family or people that they love who still have no idea what the fuck is going on with an abortion. It's just moronic to do something that extreme without having any education on it.
Well, I mean, like a fetus or a clump of cells has to rely on the mother to live. Like, fetus can't live without the mother.
Infants are dependent on people, though. Individuals who have some type of disability might have to depend on someone throughout their whole life. So the argument of dependency, I feel like, could be applied to multiple groups of people, not just someone in the womb.
It is expensive to have children. Holy moly, it's expensive. Who's going to help with all of that? And when the kid goes to school, who's going to pay for those lunches? Who's going to ensure that child is out of poverty and has all the things that they need?
Well, I know an organization called Standing With You that actually does all of that and supports women in need. When they're going.
Yeah, that's another thing that I always forget whenever people use this excuse that they can't provide for their children. And I understand that you don't want to have a child while you're not financially stable or while the child is going to grow up not having everything that it wants or needs. Okay, anything that it wants, it should have everything that it needs. But women don't have that excuse because there's WIC, there's housing assistance, there's food stamps, there's Medicaid, there's plenty of governmentally ran institutions that help women for being single mothers that have to raise a child when they can't afford the child, which isn't ideal, and I get it, but at the same time, if you don't want to take that route, then you need to think ahead of time. You need to have the foresight to not open your legs. Same with men, but at the same time, like I said, men have had no choice in the consequence at all. They know that if they do this, that there's going to be consequences about it. That doesn't mean that they care about the consequence. That doesn't mean that they don't care about the consequence. But what I'm saying is they have never had having a choice and not having the consequence. If a woman wants an abortion, they are strapped in the seats. They have no way out. Women, on the other hand, they have plenty of alternatives. And even if they don't want to choose any of the alternatives, there's plenty of financial aid or supportive aid that will help you raise your child as a woman. I don't know if it transfers over to men's, but it might.
Through a pregnancy, but also after they deliver a child. So there's a lot of resources out there, but wantedness should never determine someone's worth or humanity. So my point being is,
Have you ever been pregnant?
my ability, I have never been pregnant, but I know other people who have been pregnant. What is your point with that, though, with the issue of abortion?
It's really important that when people have a say.
Have you
Stop
ever
taking the
owned a
mic away from
slave?
her. Let her answer.
Nobody.
That was kind of corny, bro. Let her answer. Like, I feel like the interviewer kind of got backed into a corner, and now she's like panicking, trying to find a question that she can win.
Can you be against slavery?
Every clock.
Have you ever owned a slave?
man.
You said no. Can you be against slavery without owning a slave?
That our ancestors, because you're white and I'm white, probably did, which is wrong.
But that is the argument that you're utilizing.
I don't think that is really a fair assumption. I don't think there was that many plantation owners I don't think there was that many people that actually owned slaves. Obviously there was a lot, but compared to the majority, I don't think there was that many. I might be wrong on that. But even if I am wrong on that, half of the fucking country didn't own slaves. So to assume that every white person has ancestors that own slaves isn't a shot in the dark, but I feel like it's a far fetch.
Is that because I've never experienced a pregnancy, I can't be against an injustice. I've never owned a slave, but I can still be against slavery. I've never participated in sex trafficking, but I can be against sex trafficking. So that's a logical fallacy.
We need
You didn't let her answer, man. I really feel like you lost that. It was the same thing with a lot of these. I don't really like interviews that do that, where they cut off whenever they hand the mic back. Like, just finish the fucking interview, or at least loop back around. I haven't seen any of these loop back around, so I'm assuming that it's not gonna happen. But my time's getting long anyway, so I'm gonna end that video there. Please like the video. If you got anything to say about the video, let me know down below. You know I'll read every single comment. And if you fuck with your boy, will you please give me a subscription? With that being said, deuces.
I won't speak up on it, but that's just how it's supposed to be. She thinks she leeching proudly, but she won't get nothing from me. Say you let me, I doubt it. I'll fuck around and pay the fee. It's a whole lot of hate up in your eyes, and I can see it.
Hate all in your eyes, and you've been praying on my down.